And a very warm welcome along. I can't see my audio levels today because everything is broken on the YouTube dashboard side of things, so I've had to very hastily throw together something in OBS so I can see what the hell is going on, but that does mean I don't have any audio levels, so please do let me know if they're on the wonk. We are going to be running EMPOLEON of all things through Pokemon FireRed today. That's the plan anyway. We'll see how much stuff breaks over the course of the next hour or so. Now, this is my first attempt at a real backport in Generation 3. No idea how things will go. Welcome in to Kanbei, to Gemma, and to Shalamatong. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. I'm so heavily blooming dyslexic. And I've got to be honest, the screen is very, very far away. The British are coming, you're not wrong. Let's see how this goes, shall we? And just to show that things are broken as well, my pinned message is at the bottom of the screen for some reason. Anyway, I've already got the EMPOLEON. I've given it Surf, Ice Beam, Earthquake, and Aerial Ace. That seemed like a good learn set to try with. So let us try and get this thing underway. They might be watching the England match. I have decided that I would rather play some Pokemon than watch the England match so I don't get stressed. Well, the first battle went well. We managed to one-shot poor old Bulbasaur there. We are at a little bit of an advantage at the start of this, I will say. Oh, I've got move animations on. Let's get rid of them. That'll slow us down, won't it? No, we don't go in there. We go in here. I am hoping for a win, but you never know. I don't want to be pessimistic, but the word bottle comes to mind with the England team sometimes. I think a lot of it's the media pressure, though. Like, the media puts so much pressure on very, very young people to perform very well in front of millions of people. No wonder there are times where they bottle it. I think I would. When I get like 5 viewers watching me play live, I get stressed. So I cannot imagine how they must be feeling with millions of viewers. Well, the Teacher TV still works, not that anybody ever uses that thing. Now, EMPOLEON's a weird Pokemon to me. It doesn't quite fit in with the rest of the starters. It might just be me, but it feels like very much an enigmatic Pokemon all on its own, which is why I decided it would be a fun first Pokemon to backport. Not going to get poisoned in this one as well. Yeah, I am the same, Kanbei. My phone is currently on like 60% and I'm stressing because I don't like my phone on low battery, and anything below 100 is low battery for me. All the encounters here in the forest, not that they can do anything to us, they can just slow us down a little bit. Level 11 as we leave the forest here. And we'll go up to Pewter City. Now, if things have worked out well, then it should be a very, very simple process to then backport into Emerald as well. And my plan is to try and get the entire Gen 4 decks done fairly sharpish. A couple of one-shots gets rid of Campbellian. And let's take on Brock, first gym leader. Rock-type specialist, led with Geodude. Geodude's a one-shot, as is the Onix. Boulder Badge acquired. Has that flag flipped over? No, so there is the first break. Auto splits are not working. That's annoying. I've had to go to something called the FireRed Modern base for this, and I don't really understand too much of it yet. I just tried to get in Pokemon as best I could. If the HM items don't work, then we'll be a little bit screwed, and we'll have to go for a backup Crystal run. I'm very much prepared for a backup Crystal run. I really wish our phones had easier to replace batteries. I'm happy with my 2023, I think, model Pixel. I don't want anything new. This is Girls Just Want to Have Lunch, isn't it? This song. That is a cool touch. That there's the reverse type efficacy in the Sinnoh starters. And it's nice to see Still be accessible for once, because Still's normally locked away. So it is very rare to get the chance to play with a Still Pokemon, especially in Kanto as well, where there aren't many Steel types, are there? There's Magnemite and there's Magnemite. One day I will learn what the berries do. Today is not that day. Oh, don't want to go down there. There's nasty things down there. There's Pokemon down there. This is Josh. He's rescinded his bug-catching ways from Generation 3. I think Paldea might be, actually, yeah. Can't think of any other trios off the top of my head anyway. There probably is a pseudo trio. I was considering renaming the berries, but I'm really fussy about maintaining the same length of names for print text speed. And while it would make split seconds difference, I still want to make sure. Now, somebody whinged at me for getting the wrong fossil, so I've got the right fossil this time. And the other one can get left behind. Into Cerulean we go. Let's do a quick heal. We've got the Rentalabra, that is good. I'm going to very quickly test the Rentalabra and make sure it's not something else. Yep. I think we might be able to get a run over the line, and if the only thing that's broke is the auto splitters, I'll be very happy. One hit on the Staryu there. That Starmie loves getting us confused. But confusion doesn't matter to us. We get through. Misty's done. Cascade badge acquired. Yeah, auto-splitting is well and truly busted. We can get Thief, but we can't teach Thief. We get 4 moves at the start of the challenge, and that is it in this. One hit apiece to get us started. Goodbye, Abra. Goodbye, Rat. We're already level bloody 22. Jeez, when did that happen? We are racing through these levels. And we don't need to worry about Poison Point either because we're the Steel type. This is fantastic. We should run more Steel types. Now, I was tempted to go for a Swords Dance set here, but I've decided instead to go for a bit of a mixed attacking set. Because I wasn't sure how well Empoleon would fare. And I also really like the idea of having Aerial Ace for the inevitable sand attacks that will happen. But we've got pretty good coverage. Ice and Ground, along with Water, will give us full neutral coverage here in the Kanto region. In fact, I think we'd be able to get it with just Ice and Ground. Petra Berry, I think that's the poison one, but I could be wrong. I will eventually learn them. I don't know when. But the aim is to learn the berries. Because I play modern Pokemon sometimes. Not very often, but sometimes. And it'd be good to know for them. I'm also thinking Empoleon could do very well around the Hoenn region. Like, not getting toxicked by Skarmory would be huge. And a natural resistance to a bunch of different types. Over-leveling a little bit here, I know, but it's fine. Didn't want to battle him. I'm really hoping for the rest of Gen 3 on the Switch. Selfishly, because I've seen an uptick in views on Fire Red content since they brought Fire Red onto the Switch, and I'd like to see the same in Hoenn. I mean, I'd love to see Gen 2 re-released, so that we can find a brand new set of people to watch our Gen 2 runs with us. Right, that's Bill done. Let's get out of his building. We'll do a quick heal, and we'll be on our merry way. Rocket Grunt has left. We get the escape rope. Nothing's crashed yet, although I fall down the wrong place. Diglett's Tunnel is going to be... Is it Diglett Tunnel, Diglett Cave? I can never remember which one's which. But that's going to be terrifying. If we encounter a Dugtrio, it might one-shot us if it uses magnitude and high rolls. So that's something to look out for. Also, I'm very happy to say that the backport for tomorrow has been successfully completed. We will be playing Golurk tomorrow at 8 PM United Kingdom time. So we've got that to look forward to in just under 24 hours time. I like how 3 years later he's still obsessed about his Rapidash. Must be a very nice Pokemon for him. Fortunately for me, the Politoed isn't a backport, so it wasn't too much work. I am working on getting a Alolan Vulpix and its line on the new base. Although, it's going to take some time because I need to rework effect commands again. Chesto is sleep, I know that because people talk about Resto Chesto. Cherry might be paralysis, could be wrong. Jasmine is preparing her secret potion. When isn't Jasmine preparing her secret potion, though? See, I'm starting to learn. I know the Lumberry's the magic cures everything berry. And then the other berries are other berries. Leper berries PP because it's got PP in it. That Iron Tail, still to this day, pees me the heck off. Like, that Iron Tail was brutal. It's time for Surge. Electric type specialist. Leads with Voltorb. Voltorb is a one-hit. Pikachu is also a one-hit. Raichu is a one-hit. 1244 for the Thunder Badge there. We shall leave now, and we'll go into Diglett's Cave, not Tunnel. And hope we don't encounter a Dugtrio? Looking forward to doing some Emerald streams soon as well. The healing bed on the SSN makes all the blooming difference. It means there's very little PP management you have to do in the early part of this game. Not sure how often we'll use the bike, but we'll grab it out of politeness. There were a handful, I think like 30 odd abilities that need backporting into Gen 3. They're all in. Like, I did this the sensible way around versus Gen 2. So I've been cracking away at this for, about 3-4 months now. And I decided to do abilities and moves before anything else, so that we have a solid foundation going forwards. The only thing that needs updating is I need to do the sprite work myself. I've borrowed sprite work from another repo that says you can use it, and I have given credit in my repo's description. But I like doing the sprite work myself, it's part of the fun. So technically the Gen 4 Dex is all in here. Oh bloody hell, there's the rare candy we've missed there. I don't think anybody else has done Gen 3 backports yet either, as far as I can tell for solo running. So I'll be very intrigued to see how these not perform video-wise, but perform time-wise. I have strolled through about 500 Pokemon. It's not bloody fun, I'll tell you that. I need to come up with a better way of doing it. The menus were just about tolerable for a couple of hundred. But in this, oh, it is annoying. If we've got time, I might try and at least start testing the other games. The other game, I should say. But that's all going to depend on how quickly this run goes. I'm lost too, Hiker Oliver. You're not the only one. I'm not as lost here as I am in Hoenn. But Rock Tunnel always confuses the heck out of me. Oh, one thing that really does annoy me about Gen 3 is repels just running out without you being forced to clear the text box. It's not so bad at its regular speed, but at 4 times speed. The amount of times I get encounters when I didn't mean to. Used to work with a Sophia, but she pronounced it Sophia. Called her Great Ball, as in Great Ball Sophia. There goes Hiker Dudley. Oh, what do you want, Cooper? I am planning, and it's very much in early planning, and it's probably going to be a year or so long process. I am planning on getting the Gen 4 Dex into Gen 2. Like, it took me about a year to get, of hard work, that is, to try and get all the Gen 3 Dex in. So it's probably going to be just the same for Gen 4. Does the Nanab Berry actually do anything, by the way? Or am I wasting my time picking it up each time? It was Black Country Day recently. I don't know when Lancashire Day is. I know there is Lancashire Day. Knowing us, we've timed it either a day before or a day after Yorkshire Day. Welcome in, Chad. Never apologise for being late. And thank you for your very, very kind comments earlier today. It really did mean the world. Please don't feel you have to donate, though. Your presence is all that matters. I seem to remember using it in a crafting recipe in Arceus as well. But I couldn't remember what it does. Now, I know we have berries. That leper berry could come in useful. Whee! Now, this is your early warning. In about a minute to 3 minutes time, depending on the order I do things in, you are going to get some nauseating spinning on screen, because we'll be doing the rocket section. So, if you are of a sensitive disposition, I would advise looking away during that rocket section. I will let you know when the spinning has stopped. But I know it's deeply unpleasant to see. I like aerial ace as a move. Same Kanbei, same. Which is why I don't dance. I boogie. You know how, like, people are scared of the boogie man? They should be scared of me being the boogie man instead. Erica's next. Let's take her on. She leads with a victory bell. She will not be getting a victory bell in this battle. Tangela goes down. Goodbye, Vileplume. And that's that for Erica 2029 for Rainbow Badge. Let's get back there, and now we'll be good. We out heal. Right, spinny section coming up in a moment or two. We are about to enter into the first spinny section right about now. It's not as bad as it is in Gen 1, but I know that the fast-moving screen can be a little bit of the old nauseating. I certainly can't watch it on the big screen. Have to look away to the smaller screen when the spinny section comes up. I think this item's useless. Yeah, it is. That's one of the things about the older games. The grind is real. More spinny section, unfortunately. Oh dear. Let's go the correct way. Spinny section is now over. Feel free to look back if you did look away. So that's a calcium. I shall take a calcium. That's a vitamin closest in spelling to my name. So I like the calcium. It's good for your bones. I love that we resist dark as well. Sylph scope acquired. We can leave. Yeah, the league at 50 should be doable. Now, when we go back, we do need to take a trip to Saffron for some maximum smellage items. Speed up is absolutely a revelation for these older games. It makes them so much more playable. Elixir? He barely knows her. Oh, it's been a while since we've had any barely knows her. Still not quite on first name basis with these trainers. But we're getting there. I remember Jennifer, and I don't know why I remember Jennifer. Oh dear, Max Elixir. Oh. As long as it's with consent, then it's fine. Apologies if you heard the train in the background there. It's train time, apparently. Bit eager with the old horn. Choo choo, we have no scam train here on YouTube, thank goodness. It would be nice if you were able to, like, catch the Marowak and then use a revive on her and she comes fully back. Maybe a max revive, or maybe even get the secret potion in from Gen 2. Oh, bloody hell, we forgot the tea. We should have lost time not getting the tea, but the Clefairy and the Nidoran played ball. It's too hot for anything, Kanbei. I wanted to get some prereqs recorded today, but I got about 3 lines into my intro and I was already feeling particularly vile, shall we say, with how blooming warm it is. Yeah, I get that. It is pretty much too hot to complain about the heat. Oh, sod off, Koji. Nobody likes you. Go home. There are items on this cycling path. Can I ever remember where the bloody hell they are? No, I can't. Does that stop me trying to get them? Absolutely not. PP up, that's the first item. Could have sworn the other item were around here. Rare candy, there we go. Oh god, I hope someone's not been trumping in your general direction, Gemma. Right, off to Fuchsia City we go. No, I did go the right way. Ugh. By the herbal smell, do you mean the thing that smells like cat pee? Because if you mean the thing that smells like cat pee, we get it round here as well. Well, I'm not averse to people partaking in the thing that smells like cat pee. I'd rather not smell cat pee. Thank you very much. It's either that or Kanbei's got somebody who likes showering outside using herbal essences incessantly. I don't know which would be worse. Why have you got psychic types in this poison gym? You're cheating. You've got poison types, but you've also got a ground type. Feel free to type it in chat, Gemma. I just don't want to refer to it by name in the VOD. Not sure if you could hear that. Don't know what that was going past on the train line then. Show the old bloody house. Jeez. Apparently some special train for special seasonal visitors. Ugh. You can tell I live in a tourist trap just by how frustrated I get at the idea of tourists. It's that time of year again. I think I had a whinge about them. The only good thing about living so close to the tourist traps is, like, you can go on roller coasters whenever you like. It's still a hole, Camber. It is still a hole. It's just a place people want to visit because there are seagulls. Why doesn't Magnemite have levitate? Place where I used to live was an old mill town, and that unfortunately went very downhill. It would be OP, but it flies up in the sky. Might as well do all trainers in here. Can we one-shot with Aerial Ace on the Vulpix? Yes, we can. Save a bit of power pointage that way. Then we'll Earthquake the Ninetales there. I like doing full trainers in Blaine's gym, because it's probably quicker for me to do that than it is to read all the bloody words in the questions. One more gym trainer to go. And they'll be ready for Blaine. Ha! Your Fire Blast missed. Get wrecked. $33.36 there for the Volcano badge. Plain proving that regardless of generation, he's still a bit crap, isn't he? I nearly said a naughty word then. Wouldn't be inaccurate, but it would be entirely family unfriendly. I'm not on the purple site. There are very few things in life that are guaranteed, but getting quick attacked by rats is one of the few things that is a guarantee. Oh, can you just leave me alone? Thank you. He listened. Yep, that's why we have to say no to Bill. Because otherwise you ain't getting back. Sweet scent, poor Venusaur. I'm conflicted about that with Gengar. Because Gengar was so OP with Levitate. But also, Gengar's less fun to run now. And Giovanni gets lost for another time. Speak to him, don't know if we have to progress the story, but I do anyway. I always get too far into the run, and then I'm committed, and I don't want to potentially lose time. Sabrina is next. Leads with Kadabra. Then she's got a Mr. Mime. Then she's got a Venomoth. And then she's got an Alakazam. She's also got no hope in the world. Marsh Badge 3652. This is one of the single most pointless routes in all of Pokemon, and I despise it. Welcome in, Fakalash. I hope you're doing very, very, very well today. It is incredibly lackluster. I think they did run out of ideas, to be fair. See, I'm getting the rhythm of this game in my head now. I know when I want to do stuff. Like, I know when I want to pick up the items. I know what I'm getting when I pick up the items. I know where I'm going. This game has clicked. Like, there's a run coming out in a couple of videos, I think. If you're not a HM friend, if you are a HM friend, you'll probably already have seen it. Where I'm like, yeah, I'm confident with Fire Red now. So I need to not take a break from Fire Red, but shift my Gen 3 focus away from Fire Red and onto Emerald now, so that I can gain that same kind of confidence there. Because I've not had to concentrate in this run, and that's huge. It's meant I've been able to be chatty and have fun in the stream. As opposed to being stressed about what have I got to do, where have I got to go. Earth Badge in 3909. I really hope something comes to fruition for you, Gemma, from those interviews. They'd be silly to say no to you. One last rival battle. He's still got a Growlithe, bless him. I think the biggest threat for the rival is his Gyarados. Quick heal and off we go. Beat the hardest ledge in the game. Can't believe we're already at badge check. This has flown by. Nope, we don't want to do that. We want a rare candy. Not rare candy, max repel. The only thing I'm not 100% confident on yet is the location of every single berry that I want to pick up. This is the single worst place in all of Kanto, actually, barring southeastern Kanto, which has nothing. Can't remember as well how many Fire Red streams we ever did. I remember doing a Sharpedo one. Can't remember if we did too many more, other than just Sharpedo. Like, I'm happy to do more now. I've fallen in love with 4 moves on Fire Red. No, we're rewinding that. Misclick there from Rolando. I mean, we'll find out soonish. Use the right move, Squidge. It does help. No, I don't like the post-game in Fire Red. Yeah, that was a Gen 4 edition, I think, Gemma, with the Pokemon's updating. Yeah, exactly. The post-game is very tiresome. I like the post-game casual, but the idea of doing it against a clock is not fun. This is the one room where I still get a little bit lost, so I'll have to stop getting a little bit lost. I think this is the Chansey lady who can just stall you. So let's save a state here, just in case. But she is really good experience because of her Chansey. Screaming Persian there. Yep, Chansey in the bin. Forever in the bin. Yeah, that gets us up to 57. Perfect. Because then we do that, we do that. We do that, we do that, and we're out of there. And we're at the Pokemon League. No, we don't need max repels, we need full restores. Right, I'm going to Candy. There's going to be 11 of them. It will be flashy. We have finished flashing. Apologies about that. Let's get into the league, shall we? First league members, Lorelei, Ice type specialist. Leads with Dugong. Candying does take a while in this, to be fair. Stop stalling, Cloyster. Jinx. At least we can't get frozen. And that was the range. Up second is Bruno. Fighting type specialist. Leads with Onyx. Welcome in, Lord Cooler. I am purposely not watching it so that I don't get stressed. How are you today, though? It's because of you, Kanbei, that I give the warnings. I hadn't thought of it until you mentioned with the flashing with poison. And then I was like, actually, I should be giving warnings for this because it can really hurt some people's eyes. And so I have, ever since. It was you about 3 years ago. Exactly, it's really helpful for people who could potentially have photosensitive seizures. Like, I will always do whatever I can to make my content as friendly as possible for as many people as possible. The last thing I want on my conscience is somebody being seriously hurt. I love that healing animation. Final battle. Justice for Porygon, I say. And that is time. 48:36. Bloody hell. That is so quick. Oh. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Hang on a minute. That's got crystal runs on it, hasn't it? That was my first resetless Fire Red challenge. It was my fastest Fire Red challenge. And it's not even close. Oh, I'm really happy with that one. Yeah, Fire Red has absolutely clicked for me now. It really has clicked, and I'm feeling good about Gen 3. At least Gen 3 Kanto. What do we do now? Is the question. I didn't expect it to go that quickly. I don't ow. Just headbutt the mic. Apologies if you heard that. I don't really fancy leaving so soon. So if we've got any suggestions, I am do Mew in which game, Lord Cooler? If only I had Colosseum to play, Kanbei. For Fire Red or Crystal, maybe Emerald. It depends on whether it'll be a quick Emerald run. We've got Earthquake, Rockside, Swords Dance and Body Slam for Mew in Fire Red. We could do that. See if there's consensus. And what I'll do is I'll pop to the BRB screen. And if there's any other suggestions, we'll then make a choice when we're back. I'll be back in about 3 minutes' time. Just going to have a quick stretch. And we are back. We're almost ready. Just need to get a Mew all set up in the special video game cartridge device that Nintendo has sent to me to do these challenges. It's very kind of them to do that, you know. They didn't have to. Nope, that's Crystal. Wrong game. Should we try that again with the correct game? I enjoy Black and White. Definitely wouldn't challenge run it though. Run options. Scroll all the way to blooming Mew. Could be here a while. The match will be over by the time we get there. 4 moves, Mew in slot 3. And what were the moves? Earthquake, Rockside, Swords Dance, Body Slam. No stab. Alright, let's get this one on the go. Oh, we can't do Mew. Oh, bloody hell, I forgot to set the Fateful Encounter flag. Yeah, we can't do Mew. It's loafing around. It's dead. Oh dear. Rip Mew. I'll get that on my bug list. And Mew does not want to cooperate. You're not wrong. Let's grab Kyogre as a backport, as a backup. We'll run Kyogre instead. Just need to very quickly throw together a thumbnail for Kyogre. Oh yeah, it does have Drizzle as an ability, doesn't it? Forgot about that. Let me change my stream again. There we go, stream should be all updated. Find me OBS window. I've lost it. I've lost the plot. I've lost everything. Reset that. Run options. So we are wanting Surf, Thunder, Ice Beam, which is not a tutor, so it's up here in there, and it's right next to Calm Mind. Love it when that happens. Right, take two. Wouldn't be one of my streams without something breaking, would it? Need to change that in the template for genning the save file. I'm glad it's why you tune in, Kanbei. Like, technical issues make everything more fun. Good afternoon, Deadpool. I have the fan on me, so if you hear it, you don't. I think that's a compliment. I'm going to take it as a compliment, Gemma. I'm definitely unique. It's because we didn't have the Fateful Encounter flag set. So, Generation 3 is a bit of an arse when it comes to Mew, Jirachi, and Deoxys, I believe. And those three Pokemon, you need a Fateful Encounter flag set. Otherwise, the game knows you've cheated it in. And if the game knows you've cheated it in, it's going to be, haha, no, you can't use it. It's an oversight that I knew about, but I forgot to do anything with. Welcome in, Seb. I hope you're doing very well today. I will get that fixed, and we're doing Politoed and Golurk tomorrow, but stream afterwards I'll have that fixed, so we should be able to run ourselves Mew with the learn set. If you're in the Discord, just give me a tag, or if somebody else wants to tag the learn set, so that I can remember it, because I will forget very quickly the specifics of the learn set. Also, we are just shy of a month, or should I say just over a month away from, or is it just shy? I can't remember. We're getting close to the channel anniversary. We need to figure out what we're doing this year. Tomorrow is going to be fun. Looking forward to tomorrow's stream. We'll stand above Brock to assert our dominance over his rock types. Oh god, Pal World back pause. I considered it at one point, actually. Genuinely considered it. That I thought it'd be too difficult to come up with learn sets. Yeah, I'm glad we're playing with Gen 3 sturdy and not Gen 5 sturdy. I like that somebody has committed to a team full of Electrode. Sometimes you've just got to have a fan on you to keep cool. Not that it's doing anything. Our character has not played this game. Some countries in Europe recorded their hottest ever days at the tail end of June. We recorded our hottest ever June day and our hottest ever feels like. Like, we had dew points into the low 20s, so low 70s Fahrenheit. It was deeply, deeply unpleasant. This week's been slightly less hot, but still offensively hot compared to what we're used to in this summer. I wish we had. Oh, that's broke. Try it again, Kanbei. It might work. It might just be timings, because I've moved everything onto an SSD. Or it could be that silly me forgot the path. We've had, like, less than an inch of rain in the last month or so. Yep, that's broken. Who knows why it's broken? I forgot that I had it. I coded that for Bad at Games over on Twitch and thought, might as well keep it on mine for a little bit. Oh no, we don't get the bloody bike yet. We get the rare candy. Now everybody feels sorry for Misty. My brain is in Gen 2 mode, clearly. I opened Crystal and now everything is Gen 2 in my brain. Sums up this life, Deadpool, not just this year. Please send your storms our way. We need them. Desperately. I will be very grateful for Politoed, Kyogre, literally anything that can make it rain. Either money or literal rain. Because if I make it rain with money, then I can fly somewhere cooler. Both types of rain work. I've always seen it as a fish. Over a whale. It's an eggplant. Could be. Tell you what I do need to do. I need to swap those two. Surf Ice Beam, Thunder Calm Mind. Makes more sense to me. Don't ask me why it makes more sense. It just does make more sense. Orca? I barely know her. Well, thank you for the compliments. I have seen some of J Rose's stuff. He's very good at what he does. I used to do fairly similar solo running content, but I like always putting my own twist on things. I can't be somebody who does the same as everybody else. Which is why we've got the 4 moves challenge. Like we did 300-400 regular challenge runs. And now the 4 moves challenge is our main type of challenge, and it's really fun. Because it's a completely different mindset going in. You go from having that mindset of you've got to adapt your learn set throughout the game to thinking, oh, I've only got 4 moves. what is going to be the most efficient combination of 4 moves to see me through the entire run. So whereas, say a Pokemon like Girafarig benefits from changing moves all the time throughout the challenge, having just 4 moves, it suffers. But some Pokemon, especially those that don't start with good moves, get a big leg up. Exactly, it does help. Especially the legendaries. Like getting Sacred Fire on Ho-Oh or Aeroblast on Lugia. They may only be 5 PP. But getting those in combination with something else, it makes all the difference. Or say with Kyogre here, we wouldn't have Surf until the Safari Zone. That's the other thing, because I do the 4 moves, the chances of the Rest Talk Curse Return special are very, very low. Spike, Surf, Toxic and Shadow Ball on Quillfish. Probably get rid of Toxic in place of Sludge Bomb. And that would be pretty close to how I do a 4 moves learn set. I'm going to be honest about Supermon. I love it and hate it. I really love it, but the mental turmoil I go through when I fail a run, like with the Meganium, I was genuinely deeply upset at myself for how Meganium's run ended. So I have to be very careful with my mindset going into Supermon, because otherwise you can dwell on it for days. Yeah, the Macago, the worst one. I think I actually cried during recording for that. Was the... I think I might have got close to it with Macago, but the end with the rat. You can hear my voice crack. Where, like, the emotion hit me because I knew I'd messed up with the wrong item. And we could have had my favourite Pokemon reach Supermon status had I not made one silly mistake at the end. It's brutal. So I'm going to be doing 1 Supermon a month, at least for now, until like I can mitigate the emotional damage it causes. Kabutops is the next Supermon as well, should be coming out soonish, towards the end of the month, couple of weeks. Welcome in Perth, I hope you're doing very, very, very well. Exactly, competitive sets work very well in competitive, but I've often found competitive sets don't work quite as well in solo runs because of PP issues mostly. So I will always take Body Slam when I can get it because it's really high PP if I'm going to be using a physical move. Tucker, I barely know her. On to gym number 3. This is Lieutenant Surge. This was Lieutenant Surge. Thunder Badge, 1335. One thing I did realise about the Mew run is my overlay is working now. I don't have 2 separate overlays now. My overlay knows when the moves are too big, so it yeets the splits over. Shadow Ball's really good physical coverage in later gens. Trouble is, there aren't enough Pokemon in the Gen 2 run. for it to be worth something. I think somebody has scored. I don't know if that was picked up, but I just heard someone scream yes. So that makes it 1-0, I'd assume. There is a World Cup game on today. All Wales, don't forget Wales. Must never forget good old Cymru. So it was France-Spain yesterday, and France got knocked out. They were favourites to win, but they got knocked out. So it's England, Argentina, or Spain who are going to win the World Cup. We don't know who's going to win. And Muggins here was like, oh, France have it in the bag. How little do I know? If England do go through, I'd hate to be a Portuguese Scot on Saturday, on Sunday. I got all the teams in the works sweepstake because I'm self-employed. Not Lenny. I hate this place. Like, Rock Tunnel is so bad. I'm just glad Lenny's okay too. Should get no more pudding in his eye. I mean, England for many, many years had a curse on them over penalties shootouts, didn't they? Circa half an hour left on this match. Half an hour to see whether England can hold on. I think my first Pokemon would be a rat or a Teddy Ursa. Teddy Ursa and I would share that mutual thing of we can both find food. Fun fact about me, I would definitely not have a Lillipup because I am terrified of dogs. I love the fact that the Deep Sea Tooth gives Clamperl the equivalent special attack to Kyogre. I will be running Clamperl at some point with a Deep Sea Tooth as a bonus video. HM friends, do look out for that. It's going to be completely ridiculous. I do consider Manectric to be a dog, yes. First time in 60 bloody years. I think Porygon would probably be on the self-checkout in Best Buy. One thing I'm really interested in, this is very, very, very nerdy, is what are the TV ratings going to be like for this match? It's on the BBC as well, so it's on proper TV, not ITV. You wouldn't download a Porygon. Thank you for the £2 super chat there, Cambe. I will try not to download a Porygon again. We don't talk about last time. Alerts will eventually work, maybe. Half an alert has worked. Argentina does have Messi, and that makes things messy for England. In the whole debate of Messi versus Ronaldo, I am very much team Messi. Oh, glue it back on. Don't want to snap off your leg. You need that for walking and stuff. I hate that they've moved the PP up one bloody tile. I think a lot of it's relative, isn't it? Like, they would probably stand up against any old player, but that's because the standard of play has increased across the board, as you would expect. Like, our sports science has come on in leaps and bounds. We're no longer in the days where, like, they'd go off for a cheeky little smoke at half-time, for instance. Like, their diets are so micromanaged, their exercise is so micromanaged. Everything is done to make the best athlete out of them. Ask again on Sunday that question, Lord Cooler. I do not wish to cast judgments on what Argentina may or may not have done. But there would definitely be a benefit to keeping Argentina in the competition from a marketing-wise. Spinny floors for just a moment here. I shall let you know when they are done. Exactly, everything is alleged. Nothing has been proven. Nothing may ever be proven. But one thing we do know is FIFA isn't exactly known for their fair play. More spinity floor coming up. The older I'm getting, the more into sports I'm getting. Like, I've been spoilt for sport over the last few weeks because Wimbledon's been on. Welding and soldering's always seemed like such bloody fun. I vaguely remember that match too, Gemma. The England women's team has done so well. Like, they are an inspiration. Allegedly so, Perth. I mean, what daytime TV are you really missing, Canbay? You still get loose women. What more do you want? Still get Jane McDonald going, oh, do you know I live with my mother? Do you know I live with my mother? Tipping Point's ITV. Wimbledon's BBC. Plus Challenge TV exists. I smell a rat. I will shush, don't worry. You can't out-TV-tism me. I have a feeling I wanted one of them items, but it's a bit late now, isn't it? The only really important item in here is the rare candy. Which we have. Hello, Marowak. We're going to make it rain indoors because we're weird. HDMI port onto the Game Boy Color sounds all kinds of technical and dangerous. And also very fun. I know a lot of people put an RGB out on it. I'm the same, Canbay. I'd love to get into modding things, but also no, because I'd break it. And stuff like that is expensive these days. On the way to the Snorlax now. The Blue Eyes White Dragon. I'm not with. There are no dragons in Gen 2. Or at least that's what Lance has told me. 1 PP up. Going up. One rare candy. Yes, Lance has got his job at PlayStation, hence no discs anymore for PlayStation, apparently. I'm very annoyed at Sony for doing that. Like, I'd come into the PlayStation ecosystem after being Xbox. Like, now, I think I might just stick to PC and Switch. It is not a fun time to be into video games at the moment. That is for absolute sure. Isn't there something in the news today about Microsoft suspending a 25-year-old account with them, and somebody's lost all their games? I find AI fascinating because in theory, the concept of it, if it was done right and done ethically, is not evil in the slightest. But the way it's been done with stolen content and stolen ideas, it's truly a miserable thing. I wish I didn't have to knock out a Sand Slash, but sometimes you've just got to knock out a Sand Slash. Everybody wants to generate that. There may be some flashing as we leave Kyogre's gym here. Flashing over. I was going to say, how are you playing a game on your girlfriend? That's impressive technology she has. I won't ask you where you stick the cartridge. I'll tell you one thing that does annoy the heck out of me. And this is possibly going to be controversial. But when you see those people who are shiny hunting, say with 20, 30, 40 real games all at once, I'm like, supply of Generation 2, 3, even 4 cartridges, and especially Gen 1 cartridges, very limited now. And you see these people who have these massive setups, who they're not really getting the most out of the game. They could do it emulated and have the same effect. Whereas there are people who genuinely want those carts for, like, playing the game and experiencing it, who don't get the chance to use them because somebody with more money than sense has decided to buy 8 million copies of POKÉMON FIRERED. And all I've got to say in reference to Lucy Lubot is take this, take that, and one of these. Exactly, money can steal things from other people. I was very unlucky to lose a lot of my stuff through no real fault of my own. It was family circumstances that went very wrong, shall we say, without going too much into the past there. I think if you get the copies for yourself and you use the copies and have fun with the copies, or even take care of the copies, there's a difference between that and people going out of their way to hoover up every single copy of a game so they can sell it on for profit. I've always been one of those people who's like, I will always share the stuff I've got. I don't expect people to be charitable, but I do kind of expect people to not be greedy, which is unrealistic, I know. Greed is very much in the human psyche. As much as I wish it wasn't. I liked my PS2. It broke when I tripped with it down the stairs. I'm very clumsy. It's hard to not only differentiate greed from irresponsibility, I will also go as far as to say it's hard to differentiate greed from addiction as well. Kanbei, even the GameCube, not the GameCube, the Wii and PS3 are considered retro these days. It's horrible, I know. The Wii is 20 years old this year. Just to make everyone feel ancient. I remember getting a GameCube for £15 back in the day. From GameStop. That sounds like a really nice hobby to have. The Mega Drive is absolutely retro. The PS6 is going to cost an arm and a leg. That is for sure. I got my current Wii from the charity shop where I worked. Nobody had bought it, and with my staff discount it came to £8. Absolute bargain. I remember that time too, Kanbei, how privileged we were. I think one of the things that's slowing our Kyogre down, because I've just noticed the time, is the drizzle notification. I don't really do too much in the way of handheld. I've spoken about it in the past. Like, my eyesight is nowhere near as good as it used to be. So I can't really play handhelds as often as I used to. I remember when people justified the price of the PS3, well, it has a Blu-ray player inside it and it's the cheapest Blu-ray player. I remember a kid in my secondary school being very, very boastful about his PS3. They're absolutely going to run out of digital copies. They'll find a way to add artificial scarcity to GTA. What's really annoying for me about GTA and the way it's been handled is that studio used to be one of my favourites. Because it's the studio that made Lemmings. I hate pre-order bonuses. Like, they really get on my nerves. Because it's just marketing bullcrap to promote FOMO. Nintendo were really bad at that during Mario's 35th anniversary, where the re-release of 3D All-Stars was limited, when Mario 35 was limited, all to generate that FOMO. I just hope that Winds and Waves aren't keycard. I can deal with digital and physical together. I just don't want them to be keycard. Easy sweep there of the rival. I completely agree. I think you should be able to make backups of your games with no restriction. I understand why, when it was cartridge-based, it was very difficult to make backups. Like, cartridge readers are becoming accessible now. Yeah, exactly. Physical cannot be taken away from you. At least by the game company. Somebody could steal it from you. But if somebody's stealing it from you, then Sodom, really. Where there is a will, there will always be a way for people to sail the high seas. Where do I sign up to that new RNG keycard BS? When do we get loot boxes for, like, the video game you own? Loot boxes are one of the most predatory, scumbaggy things on the planet as well. What did they call them? Did they call them surprise mechanics? It is very much gambling aimed at children, and as somebody who has had gambling addiction, I can confirm that it does make you feel the exact same sensations as gambling does. They've got 4 minutes plus time, if I've been keeping time correctly in my head. So 4 minutes plus what used to be injury time now is additional time. Oh, fuck. Oh, apologies for the language there. Forgot where I was for a second. Major apologies if you were offended by the F word there. The worst possible time. There's going to be some flashing on the screen in just a moment as we use our rare candies. So if you are of a sensitive to flashing nature, I will let you know when it is done. Flashing has now finished. Thank you so much if you did look away. And we will get on with the Elite Four. First Elite Four member is Lorelei. She is an Ice-type specialist. She leads with Dugong. Probably shouldn't have let her get the Weather War up. She's a Water-type specialist. She's gone now, though. Up second is Bruno. Bruno is a specialist in losing, really. So he should be fairly simple. Cloyster is incredibly annoying. Up third is Agatha. She's pesky, is Agatha. One more thing between us and the champion. It's time for Lance to lie with the Flyers. He leads with Gyarados. Yep, there's only one ghost line she can use, though, to be fair. She's got more imagination than Morty, and we thank her for that. Final battle. They should have given Morty Mischievous, you're not wrong. She could very much be a Poison-type Elite Four member. Thunder hit. $47-47 I made that. For the final battle. Let's get its name up in lights. And we have PB'd for the second time in a stream. Even the rain dance drizzle spam is not enough for us to take, for Kyogre to lose first place on stream. Oh, that was a fun pair of runs. Very happy about those 2 challenges. Very happy that the Gen 4 backporting worked. Only 2 minor bugs to fix as well. I am now going to go off for a very long lie down and hide away while the rest of the football happens on. I will say thank you so much to all of you for coming out. Thank you, Canbay, for the super chat as well. I will be back, same time, same place, tomorrow, where we will be running Politoed first at 8 PM United Kingdom time, and then we will run into Golurk second and hope that it doesn't break. For now, though, I'm going to say thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night, whatever it is you get up to. If you're going to bed now, sweet dreams. If you're staying up, I hope the football goes well for you. And if you're not a fan of the football, I hope the rest of your day goes very well. I'll catch you tomorrow.